got nothing to do with nothing but that. Shit be fucking annoying.
What is this?
The fuck? Do the change dashboard button because I don't know why the title different. That don't make sense.
I don't know. I didn't do nothing. Go ahead.
Just save it.
Okay, give me a. Cause this one's not. Wait.
What happened?
When I click restore chat, it went back over here.
Yeah, because you don't click, you still have to refresh the page.
Oh, I don't know. I'm about to go. Cause this.
All you had to do was click live. It's not live.
Yeah. This is sad. I'm just gonna do Loki. I don't even remember what happened with Loki off the top of my head right now. Can y'all hear us? That's all I care about right now. Can y'all hear us? Is it cutting when we talk? The audio is perfect. Though I don't know what the fuck the video then. Okay. Loki.
Yes. We had a crash course in time travel anomaly apocalypse situations. So they basically, I want. Can I just say I want a jacket that say variant on the back, like Loki wear? I need to find one of them somewhere. If somebody know, or if they make some, let me know. But basically, he was trying to be nosy. Like they took him on the what is we had the Renaissance thing when it came on, and like they
Mm-hmm.
was playing I Need a Hero over the people getting bodied. Like the person touched the other agent, they killed all the rest, and then they kidnapped her. I forgot what letter she was.
C something.
20.
C20. Yeah.
And so basically, they came to the crime scene like after the fact. Loki was trying to kind of play them or whatever, but Mobius figured it out. So when they got back to the office, they showed us how the little time grenade worked this time. Like they said it, and then everything that's not supposed to be there, like it made everything like erase or whatever. They showed that. I think that's what you call them, whatever the little time grenades are. So
Mm-hmm.
when they got back to the office, he was making Loki like look through different files, and so when he left to go eat lunch or whatever, Loki went to try to get files on like the beginning of time or the end of time, whatever, and the lady was saying it was classified. So he was like, "What can I get files on?" So he got a file on himself, and that's when he saw like the destruction of Asgard or whatever like that, because it was like an apocalypse where did everybody die, I guess, or whatever
Yeah,
in that
Ragnarok.
situation. So
Not they didn't. Everybody didn't die, but a lot of them.
yeah. I was just asking because I know, and it said like zero variance energy detected or whatever. So he basically figured out that the variants were hiding in apocalypses where there were like no survivors left or whatever like that. Because it does, if you did anything before that event happened, it didn't change anything. Like it didn't branch off or make a new timeline or anything like that. So, um, further into the story, he figured out that the next place or the place that they were hiding, they had two variables, which was the kablooey gum and then like the apocalypse thing. So they figured out that they were hiding in like Alabama 2050 during, was it a tsunami that was coming? Something like that. It looked like a tsunami, probably not a tsunami, a fucking hurricane or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's Alabama, it probably was a hurricane. And then that person had cameras or something because it saw when they came in, they kept transferring, I guess, their body into like other people while they were doing stuff around the store. So he kept talking to these different people. He ended up fighting one character. Um, what? Yeah, I see people online saying that it was Lady Loki, but I've also seen people say that it's not her because that's not how she's supposed to look. So I don't know, cause guessing on Marvel make you feel like shit. Y'all done
Yeah,
already
like
did
I
that.
don't like y'all like people guessing on Marvel. That shit is just like why
Y'all did it with WandaVision. Y'all did it
wrong,
with Falcon and Winter Soldier. So I'm just
wrong.
like, I know Lady Loki in the comics has black hair, and then like the way her abilities work, there people are saying that it's Enchantress, because Enchantress works with what's the dude name, Kang the Conqueror or whatever, or something. So I don't know. Like with this kind of show, like you just have to wait till they show you what's going on. Um, I have a theory that maybe the timekeepers made the TVA and Miss Minute the talk. I know who Miss Minute is, and that they died, and she runs everything automated, pretending to be the timekeeper.
I like
That you think the timekeepers are dead? Is that what you're saying? Because I don't think they're dead. This game is broken. Thank you for the donation. Makes no sense that the TVA allows the past Gamora to live even though her future self died, but Loki gets in trouble for escaping. Explain it. Well, Gamora is considered a hero. Loki, if you see the variant and what they're doing now, that's a different kind of situation. So, if you listen to the conversation they had when they had the little huddle, they said that they've killed more Loki variants than almost any other variant in the timeline, and that no two Lokis are the same. Their appearance and their powers are different. So no other Loki has powers like ours do, and then any other one we meet is gonna have powers different from him. That's basically like what they're saying. So they know of at the moment, because I mean, you can only go off information that you've gotten or whatever. Now I went back and watched the episode again. There was a lot of stuff I wrote down because it's a lot of stuff in this show that don't add up to me. Now I do see what's her name, Renslayer, like Mobius's boss. A lot of people don't trust her for whatever reason. I've also seen that Kang the Conqueror could be a timekeeper, which is trying to like overthrow the regular timeline. So he got people like working for him in the system. I don't know about all that, but I did see a theory on TikTok, so make sure y'all give people credit. Don't act like it's your idea. I seen the TikTok video where they were saying that the TVA could be in the quantum realm because a lot of other stuff in Marvel has to do with the quantum realm. Like when in Ant-Man they like zoomed into like a little city that was in the background that kind of looked like the city the TVA was in. Then you know you had Wasp Mom who was stuck there talking about time work differently or whatever like that. And then we had to go through the quantum realm in Endgame to fix everything basically. So it's like all the time travel so far in Marvel has to do with like the quantum realm. So it is possible that they are there because time works differently there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you need people to, I guess, like go through time and fix stuff or do whatever, then I guess that's the place where you would be so that certain rules wouldn't apply to you since y'all have to do all this stuff. But to me, like when they showed the diagram for the timekeepers and how they look, when they show them in the outro, their faces look like puzzles almost. Like they're not. It's not. You get what I'm saying? Like that little wooden picture they showed them. Their faces are like in different slices and they look uneven. Like I don't know why they look like that because in the story they look normal when they show the little stories or whatever like that. And then I was like, somebody tried to argue with me last week about how like there's no multiverse yet, but I feel like the multiverse already exists. I feel like the timekeepers are there to keep all of them on their own course to not interact with each other so madness doesn't occur. Because it makes no sense for you to say there's one timeline, but then you had all them variants of Loki. Like what you said the number was, like L2, whatever. Like they had all these thousands of Lokis. It makes, why would all these Lokis exist in our time in one timeline? That's why I was like, that makes no sense. That's how you know there's a multiverse. Why am I killing all these different variants? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It doesn't make sense to me that there's all those versions in the same timeline. If you've only
Like
lived,
I feel like
this,
this, it's timekeepers for every timeline. Hear me out. It's timekeepers for every timeline, but their timeline is sacred. That hence the word sacred timeline.
Right, like theirs is perfect the way it is. They want it like that, and you can't
don't mess with my sacred timeline. There, I feel like there's multiple. They're like just like there's multiple versions of Loki. There's multiple versions of everyone. Hence the multiverse. A person looks like this. They showed you that Loki has different iterations. He looks like this. He looks like this. And if you watch the episode Marvel, you made a mistake. I saw you put a number, then you flipped it and put the number again on the character when he was showing Loki's. Just watching in slow motion, you'll see it.
Something about Mobius don't sit right with me too. So if the theory that the quantum realm exists and this is where they are, this makes me feel like that Mobius could be human, because if they plucked him from his timeline at whatever point and put him in the quantum realm, you know what I'm saying, it would make sense. Because why you got a jet ski magazine? Like why you've never been on a jet ski and never experienced that if you were created at the TVA, but you just happen to have like an affinity for that. Like, why do you like that? Like, to me, that kind of stuff don't make sense. And then when they show how the TVA people were handling the people in the hurricane in Alabama, and he was like, they're scared. Like, he has like he has humanity, right? And I'm like, if you were created there, I get you have all these different cases, but you deal with variants where people mostly die and get pruned. So why would you have that part of humanity in you like that? And then that girl said he has like a thing for broken things or whatever. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just stuff with him that don't add up. Now, I don't trust her because I'm like, he basically is like that. She's your boss, and the timekeepers are her boss, but you've never seen the timekeepers. So obviously she has, or she deals with them on a capacity to where, like, you know, she's important enough. Can't nobody see them. That kind of shit right there. If you run the TVA, everybody's supposed to follow your divine order, all this other kind of bullshit, but nobody's ever seen you. Like, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. How we know one of the timekeepers ain't killed the other two, and then, you know what I'm saying, and trying to overthrow and make the timeline what they want it to be. Who's to say in another multiverse timeline the timekeepers don't exist? So they made this their sacred timeline. Because they exist for all time here. They're gods here. Like, think about it. If Loki went to a multiverse where he was a god, that's where you'd want to be. You'd want to be in that timeline if you really were a god there or whatever. So that's what I'm like, it's a lot of shit that don't add up.
I think whatever happened to that agent, that C20, whatever.
I was just finna say that.
She saw either the beginning of time and ending time, or she saw another timeline.
Cause she kept saying it's real, and I'm like, what the fuck did she see? Cause she was shook, and she kept saying that.
Timeline not so sacred.
And when you think about how they are into their jobs, like how the one that Ruby played, I forgot her number 2.
B something.
Yeah, like, why would you give up where the timekeepers are? Unless you seen some shit to change your view on everything you've been taught. You get what I'm saying? She had to see something that serious.
Yep. But like, this is like people saying she's not Loki. But if you notice, go back and watch the outro. Her picture is where Loki is. Remember the 5 pictures on the outro? You saw the pictures of Loki?
Yeah, when Trey kept saying last week it's gonna be 5 variants.
5 Lokis. They switched the picture.
Yeah. So
They don't. Marvel never does anything without reason or rhyme or reason. They do things that make sense to them in their mind. That's what Marvel does, and they change the picture. So why would they do that if that's not Loki? Maybe they don't want. Maybe that Loki doesn't want to be called Loki. Like,
I don't know.
Think about it like this: like Savitar didn't want to be called Barry. But I'm just going.
So this is what I have to say too. So Nexus events destabilize the time flow. Hence, if you like at the end of the episode, we got the whole timeline being bombed because you're making all them events happen at once. There's no way they're gonna be able to like jump in and like fix all of that before. Like I feel like what they'll do on the show is maybe fix certain points, but like certain points that matter to Marvel won't be fixed, and that's how you're gonna end up maybe seeing other people in the multiverse of madness because they changed them certain periods of time or whatever. Now, because it said once a red line reaches, I forgot once the red line is reached, like the time can't be reset. So basically, all them little branches we saw at the end, once they reach like a certain point, they can't reset it anymore. So that's why I was like, there's no way they'll be able to send enough people to all them different points in time to be able to stop all that. That's why they set so many off at one time. And then it said the timekeepers are monitoring every aspect of Loki's case. So if they're monitoring this whole Loki case, and y'all keepers of the sacred timeline supposedly gonna know what happened because it's already written and fate don't exist for us, how the fuck y'all ain't see this coming? How y'all ain't see this coming? But y'all know every aspect of time. Y'all able to catch variants because y'all see the timeline messing up and stuff like that. And y'all saying, oh, well, for your fate, future was supposed to happen this way. So, say for instance, you had 2012 Loki broke off. We know the end of his file was Thanos. They're saying that that's where your future ends. So, if you know that, how you don't know all the other stuff that's happening right now? That's why I be like, I feel like it's some bullshit going on with this. And then all them little letters we see, like I was telling Trey, I wonder if them represent like different universes or different like, all them letters stand for something. I haven't seen the video of anybody break that down yet or know what it mean. Like all them little LK3, like all them little letters for the elevator floor or whatever that you go on. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Why you
I'm just looking.
But I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot of holes that gotta be filled in with that. But I tried to write down all the events I saw on the screen in the years, cause like some of that shit, I don't know why the fuck the USA so important. Like that shit popped up a couple times. Too, y'all know Thanos from Titan. Then you got I'm assuming the planet Ego, cause I was talking to Trey about that, but it says 1382. I don't know what happened there. I'm assuming big events happened here that they want to change for them to pick them certain dates and time. Sakaar is where Thor Ragnarok took place. Where you had I can't even think. Yeah, but I can't think of the man name.
Grandmaster.
Yeah, like them characters like that was there, but it's 1984, so we know that's before Ragnarok, like before that movie took place. Rather, like if it's back in '84.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Xandar, which is where the people from Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, I forgot their name too.
The
whatever.
Nova Corps.
Yeah, and I think if I wrote this right, that was 1001. You got Asgard 2004. Now I don't know. Somebody say when you looked it up, because I looked it up too, you get Teen Loki and Teen Thor for that. Like that was the comic. Like whatever the comic was for that particular year was like teenage Thor. So people was like, is that gonna be like a teenage Loki? Like that got to do with that or whatever, because people keep bringing up Teen Loki, and that's what that would have to do with. Now Hala 0051, I don't know what that is. At first I was thinking about, because it's like Middle Eastern, if they talking about like Middle Eastern culture of Hala, and then you think about how they say humanity started with Adam and Eve, and like the Garden of Eden really is like in the Middle East when you think about people doing their research and stuff, and it's like 0051 that goes back to like the beginning of time, kind of like when humans first started, like all that. So like I don't know, because we don't know what these years are. We don't know if they BC, AD, we just know they years. So Kingsport and Cookville are both in Tennessee, and that's the same year, 1999. So I don't know what happened in Tennessee in '99 that they needed both of them places unless it's some other state that got the same name that like I was looking at. Beijing, I think I got 2005 for that. Trey brought up that could have something to do with the Shang-Chi movie. Cause I don't know what year he was born. I don't know like how this all take place or whatever, or when the Mandarin came about. Like I don't know none of that. Madrid 1903, New York 1947. People are trying to theorize that got to do with Peggy and Steve since they thought they saw Peggy at the TBA. So I don't know about that. It's possible, but who knows? Tokyo 1984, Rome 1390. You already know Rome be having stuff to do with the Pope. So I don't know what that got to do with. That could have been the branch of a certain kind of religion that they trying to get out of there. Cause I forgot where they were in 15 whatever when they saw the little boy with the candy. I forgot what city they were in for that. They got some place on here called Bari Chara. I don't know what that say. 1808, Porvu 1708, Fong Ma 1522, Lisbon that's in Portugal 1492, Vormir. It didn't catch me at first until after fact, but Vormir is where the Soul Stone is at. But this is in 2301, so that's in the future for us anyway. So I don't know. Some people was like, well, if Black Widow and Gamora like Soul could still be there at that point in time, but maybe something else happened. So like I don't know, and I don't know where Thornton is. 1551. I don't know. That sounds like that's like an American city or whatever too. But yeah, I said holla, and you said ain't that where Carol from? Like Captain Marvel. Oh, was that place where they at? Where the Skrull folks was at?
I don't remember the Captain Marvel movie, if I'm being honest.
Dang, I don't remember that either. It's possible though. I'll have to look up Holla Marvel and see. This might be a strange question, but does Doctor Strange know about the Timekeepers or TVA? I would think nobody knew about them but the people that was like that had to do with the TVA. They seem like they don't exist unless they fixing something in time. So I don't really think people would know about them per se. Maybe saying Red Skull again. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm assuming I know this show affects certain movies. I just don't know how many movies and which ones in particular besides, like, the Multiverse of Madness and maybe Spider-Man. I don't know if it affects Shang-Chi. I don't know if it affects the Eternals. You would think, now, if the events of what's happening in Loki is what make the Eternals get their memory back, if their memory really were gone, that would be wild as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit gets erased and then they get their memories back just modern day. Like, the fuck am I doing here? Like, what's going on? So,
excuse me.
Holla the Accuser, who's that? Guardians of Nowhere, member of the Kree Accuser Corps. So I guess that do got to do with Captain Marvel. But it says 0051 for the year, so that seem like that go way back unless they time work different on their planet too. So I don't know. But yeah, they got Holla on here. But and then somebody put online that like when you saw the TVA jumping through them portals to try to go fix stuff, it was a little bar across the top that read certain places too, and like the place where Loki was born was up there, but I couldn't catch the year, so I don't know if it was the year he was supposed to be born or was it like another time. But all that shit at this point, I'm just like his show basically like we thinking Wanda gonna cause the multiverse. And mother of one of the damn Loki variants to fucking bomb the timeline. So I don't know. Makes sense. I'm sure it's like she has something to do with it too. It's just like her magic. She human? Well, I don't know how you would say that shit. But she got magic power. So it's basically like she knows the multiverse exists on her own before all this happened basically. It's just that, of course, regular people don't know nothing about that shit like that. So I'm waiting to see the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer now to see like what that's gonna have to do with No Way Home, and then now we like already dealing with the multiverse and shit already. So I don't know. Most of the Marvel characters' main places got messed up in the past and the future. it's safe to say Loki will bring forth Marvel Phase 4 and beyond and allow for certain resets like a new Avenger cast. It's wild though, because when you deal with time travel in the multiverse, it's like those fans that are not like real fans, but just like I like certain characters fans are gonna be thinking they finna get some of their favors back, and that's not how this finna work. Like you may see them in another movie in a different aspect of how you would normally see them, but that don't mean the character coming back. That's what I think that's gonna be the thin line that's gonna like make or break. Oh, I hate this or I like this, because it's people that's already online saying they don't like Loki. I just feel like it's because they don't understand what's going on.
No, I'm gonna say it. You just stupid and you don't understand what the fuck is happening. Nobody likes feeling stupid. Instead of saying, I don't understand. Let me give this another watch. Let me try to understand. No, I'm like you. Oh, Trey, you don't supposed to call people stupid. No, they're stupid.
I don't.
I'm like, and
a
lot of people, like a lot of people don't understand what the fuck Marvel is doing since back in WandaVision. People have been guessing and you've been wrong. Like, oh yeah, we finna get Reed. Oh, we finna get Beast. Wrong.
I don't understand what's going on in Loki, but I like the challenge of not understanding. I like trying to figure out what's going on to see if I'm right or not. Most times with this kind of shit with Marvel, I'm probably wrong, but it's fun to guess and see what's gonna happen and be surprised. Like I like watching the show that challenged me. Why would I want to watch something and then I figure out what happened every week? What's the point of me watching if I already know the script?
You know what's funny to me? I like how people pass off ideas that they've seen other people have as their own. I'm like, people come to me like, Trey, how do you feel about Loki being, it's not Lady Loki, it's Enchantress. Bro, you didn't think of that. You did not think of that. You watched your favorite YouTuber and you came to me like it's
or
your
was on Twitter, because I seen this shit on Twitter as soon as the episode came
like,
out.
bro, that's not your idea. You didn't come up with that. Nobody.
Like, as soon as the episode was over, people was like, why you blonde? They was like, why you blonde? You not Enchantress. Like, this not what she, I mean, you not Lady Loki. This ain't what she looked like. So I don't know. And then they was saying something about her powers too, the way she was transferring, like she was enchanting people, like her powers. So I don't know.
Loki said
and
that
she's a green character too, so that is a good play to use that.
Loki said that when he was talking to her, you enchanted them.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, either way,
I'm like,
but who's to say she's not both characters though? Who's to say if she's not from the sacred timeline or she's from somewhere else? Like in her version of whatever world she's in, they don't consider her a Loki. Like we don't know what they're gonna do. I'm just gonna be honest about the shit. So I don't know. Like I'm just waiting to see. I just hate the shit only got 6 episodes. This shit already about to be on episode 3. We already almost halfway done with the next episode. Come on. They go by so fast. Like this the shit that's good. They only giving you a little taste. And we get 23 episodes of shit that we don't want to watch. Like, that's how shit be, bro. Like, the shit that's good don't be enough episodes. That's why I be saying TV would be better if people lessen their episodes instead of trying to stretch it out just for checks. Like, that shit. Were the events of WandaVision a Nexus event? I doubt it because nobody popped up to change nothing. So, I mean, wouldn't be considered a Nexus event. And then they didn't have like one of her cities listed. Now that would have been cool if you would have thrown in, what was the name of the place she was at?
Ooh.
Wanda in her show.
Westview.
Like if they would have put like Westview 2000 whatever like on the thing where they bombed it, we would have been like, bitch. We would have been like, but they can't do that because if they erase something, they can mess with her coming fully into her powers the way she did in her show. So that's the only thing with that too. So obviously that's not a point in time they wanted to change.
I'm finna get ready to go, y'all. I'm hungry.
Yeah, we gonna go since this connection steady tripping too. So we gonna get out of here, but we'll be back next week for all these live shows. So y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. I know some of y'all probably be in here and don't even watch the videos. Make sure y'all support and like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch y'all next time.